CBS has confirmed that Mike Gundy has been fired by Oklahoma State. Two things can be true. One, it was time. Two, this sucks. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It is Tuesday, September 23rd of 2025, and Mike Gundy is no longer the head football coach at Oklahoma State. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. This is not a bombshell this week. It's not a bombshell. September 23rd of 2025, Mike Gundy being fired from Oklahoma State is something that was expected this week. He just lost to Tulsa. But Mike Gundy is Oklahoma State football. Here is why this is so conflicting to me. I have become very close in the last couple of months with Coach Gary Patterson at TCU, who built the TCU football program, the legend. He's got a statue on campus, and I think one day Mike Gundy will have a statue on Oklahoma State's campus. How do you take the statue coach and fire that guy in the middle of a season? What is it worth to fire him in the middle of a season? Did Oklahoma State catch wind that G.J. Kinney at Texas State or Jeff Traylor at UTSA might get offers from Virginia Tech or UCLA? Was there an idea that the coaching candidate somewhere in here was going to a different location if Mike Gundy was not fired and Oklahoma State did not jump quickly? If that is the case, what level of disrespect that is to Mike Gundy? The guy who is Oklahoma State football, played quarterback there, was a legendary quarterback there. The 58-year-old went on to coach at Oklahoma State. He kept his tenure from 1990 to 1995 at Oklahoma State. Jumps around a little bit to build his career. Then from 01 to 2025, he's right back there as a Cowboy. 170 wins and 90 losses, 12-6 in bowl games. Every year taking Oklahoma State to a bowl game, just 1 year below 500 last season. And how quickly in a 2-year span he's fired. But also it was time. Does it make sense to you? Here's what I'm going to pose to you. Mike Gundy's a human being. You're a human being. I'm a human being, right? It can go unsaid, but let me build it here. Mike Gundy is a human being. I worked for Sports Illustrated. When I worked for Sports Illustrated, here's what happened. My first 6 months or so, I wasn't there very long. My first 6 months or so were great. My next 6 months were just okay. By my last 6 months, this isn't apples to apples necessarily, but my content started to dip. Viewership was down. It didn't make as much sense for them to be paying me if I wasn't making them money. And at some level, my bosses were done with this. They're like, okay, you're not cut out for this probably. You had a really good first 6 months, kind of an okay last 6 months, but man, the downturn is so dramatic. It's not working out. And guess what? Once they realized it wasn't working out, it wasn't a clean, like, we're going to pull the plug today. They give you an opportunity to collect it, to recollect yourself. But what happens over time is if my bosses aren't confident in me, if my coworkers aren't confident in me, if my listeners, my readers aren't confident in me, then why am I confident? At some level, you do not want to succeed in an effort to help those who want you to be unsuccessful. You do not want to succeed in an effort that helps those who want you to be unsuccessful. I didn't want to see my bosses win. I didn't really care at that level about what I was writing about. I was writing about the Seahawks. I was covering like 6 random NFL teams I didn't give a rip about. And so at some level, Mike Gundy is a human being, as someone who's on the chopping block, who knows that he's likely going to be fired. Why would you want to win for a president that's given up on you, for an AD that's given up on you, the lack of an AD that's given up on you, for a fan base that's given up on you as a person, for a team that effectively has given up on you? They lost to Tulsa. I don't care how bad of a football coach you are. You shouldn't be losing to Tulsa. And this is the same coach that was in the top 25 last season, last year. Teams go 3-9. Stuff like that happens. How did we erase so quickly? 170 wins to his 90 losses? Big 12 championship in 2011. 3-time Big 12 Coach of the Year. The last time he won it, 2023. He just got fired. It's the instance of a decline where a human being looks around and says, you know what? If you don't want me to win, and you don't want me to win, and you're my boss, and you're the one signing my paychecks, and the donors don't want me to win, and T. Boone Pickens, since he died, I've gotten little to no support from any of you people, then why would I want to win? Just let's be done. In talking with Mike Gundy at Big 12 Media Days this year, you could tell he's a guy who just feels alone, you know? if you don't have a support system cheering you on to try to right the ship, what's the point in righting the ship? Because he's a human being. He's a human at some level. Instead of, well, I've got to fight for my job. The cards are stacked so high against you. You say, look, what's the point? And you know who wins in this instant? You know who wins today? Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State fans, everyone, the donors, everyone wins. Mike Gundy gets to go home, go fish, go kill rattlesnakes, go hunt. And you, the fans, get to banter for the next 8 months about who your next football coach, hopefully not 8 months, but the next 4 months about who your next football coach is going to be, and banter the next 8 months on how we can do in season number 1. This is a guy who is the national coach of the year. This is a guy who's in the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame. He is the guy who will get a statue at Oklahoma State. In Gary Patterson fashion, it's like you understood, and by the way, TCU would go on to play in the national championship the following season. You understood this is a Hall of Famer. He'll come back and he'll get the orange jacket in a couple of years, and the fan base will love him. And on the one hand, I wish that guy who built the powerhouse, what if I worked for Locked On Big 12 for 20 years, right? And year 21 and 22 just have bad viewership, and bam, I'm canned. Like, well, you built 20 years of a massive product. And one day we'll honor you, but we're going to fire you in the middle of a season. That would suck. We're going to fire you from what you built. That would suck. But I just feel bad for him. He was a man dejected at Big 12 Media Days. I asked him about entitlement. He said, man, it's just different than it used to be. The players are different than they used to be. The NIL has changed the game for the negative. He was asking for players to be employees for some sort of help, and he doesn't feel like Oklahoma State is giving him that help financially. And if he's that alone, and if he has no infrastructure for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys won't give him infrastructure because they don't think he's the guy, great. This is the best move possible for Mike Gundy. And I hope he takes that buyout. I hope he sits his ass in the sand on the ocean, looks into the deep blue abyss, and says, this pina colada tastes good. That's what I hope. And I hope even at the equivalency of that, I hope that G.J. Kinney walks into Stillwater, Oklahoma, and wins 10 games next year. Both of those things would rock. Mike Gundy, ass in sand. G.J. Kinney, ring in hand. That's got a good little je ne sais quoi to it, doesn't it? This really does suck for 2023 Big 12 Coach of the Year, Mike Gundy. Or it doesn't suck that much for September 23rd, 2025, Mike Gundy. Don't have to worry about it the rest of this year. Some beach somewhere. Tequila makes her close 5 o'clock somewhere. He's got a big booty mix of country legends on right now. I don't live Friday. He's probably going to go golf tomorrow. All right, great. And Oklahoma State can get to winning. I don't mind this at all. Congrats to everybody involved. Congrats to Oklahoma State fans. This has been It Always Will Be. Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. It's an emergency episode, by the way. Thanks for hanging around. Hanging around? Yeah, why not? Hanging around with me. Locked On Big 12. Today's episode is brought to you by Square. You go down to that local Island DAC. It's where Mike Gundy is right now, the Island Daiquiri on Wilmington Island. Mike, when you're listening to this, you got a free spot. I got a guest bedroom. Come hang out. Bring the missus. Bring the family. This episode brought to you by Square. Your favorite neighborhood spots run on Square. Island Daiquiri, Wilmington Island, Georgia. Cheers, my favorite bar right here, Wilmington Island, Georgia. Whole neighborhood thrives on those, and they thrive on Square. Kind of place where you walk in, they all know your name. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. Go to square.com/go/LockedOnCollege to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood. Today's show is also brought to you by, that's right, Game Time. I'm going to see Tyler Childers in a couple weeks. Why? Because I am maybe the biggest. I love live music. It's so freaking good. And I've been able to go to a surplus of concerts the last couple of years because Game Time is so cheap. And with college football being back, also cheap. I use Game Time, the app that gives you advantages and gives you advantages back to fans. Easiest way to score last-minute tickets to the best prices with no surprise fees. What you see is what you pay. Pull up Game Time, couple taps, bam. Go see your favorite college football team for as low as $25. So take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time. Do it today. Game Time. It's all love, Mike. I hope that sand is hot still. That's mid-September. You can find the right spot. Dios te grande.